Hello everyone. I hope wherever you're at, you're staying warm in this crazy weather. Welcome to English 3360 Teaching Writing. I wanted to put together this video to help us get started, to kind of give you an overview and show you how to navigate the course and go over some of what will be coming in the course. Now, when you go to Blackboard and log in, hopefully, and you get into the course, this is what you should see. This part down here is general information. You can see there's resources. You should definitely go to those and use those whenever there's something there that's useful and helpful to you. So I've got this little getting started message. And hopefully you got that far and this is the video you would be watching, so there's the link to the video. And also I note that the syllabus and schedule links in the menu bar over here, these are the two main areas where you want to get started. The syllabus, you click on that and then you can open the syllabus, and I'm not going to read it to you, but I'll let you do that and post questions you have. And then the schedule, I'm going to go ahead and open that. But before I do that, just a couple of other things about Blackboard. I try to keep it pretty simple. I don't do a lot of fancy stuff. You can see down here there are some resource links. We'll use the discussion forum a lot. And I will do announcements. That's generally where I will put videos that I make like this to, cover information, answer questions, go over stuff. Now the email, Blackboard messages is if you want to email each other, that's just in between, inside Blackboard. Email is the regular email. And then notifications, if you are not familiar with that, this is a good kind of a dashboard that kind of gives you an overview if you've never used that. My grades, you want to check that out. That's where you can see what you have and haven't turned in. So anyway, there's plenty of help with Blackboard. You can always call the IT help desk, and if you have questions, please just ask. If you're not used to taking online classes, try not to worry about that. I've been doing this for a while, and I'm happy to help you in any way that I can. And I don't, deduct points from you if you can't figure out how something works or post something in the wrong place. I don't want you to be worried about any of that. Now, the main thing you'll want to pay attention to is the schedule, which I actually have on a Google Doc. So I wanted to say just a couple of things about that to get us started. You'll note here that I put check back often as this document will be updated on a regular basis. So if you go through, there are 4 or 5 modules, and the first 2 I've gone through and updated most of that. If you go beyond that, you'll see there's still some info that I'll put in. But the important thing about checking often is I will add things. I will, as people have questions, as they, maybe there's a need for me to add some more information on something we're doing, clarification. Sometimes I will, put things in the wrong place or forget to put some information. So you want to always be checking this document, I'd say at least every week. So don't just read it once. You want to be able to use this as a living document. Now here are the competencies. This class, we have basically 2 things that we're trying to do. This is a class about teaching writing. And it's any level that you're going to be teaching, and it's any subject. It's not just about teaching writing in an English class. That's typically, when we think about writing, that's typically what we think about, and that may be where most of your writing experiences have come from. But what I want you to think about is, I've got this cartoon I found that was pretty good. You can see here the teacher is the student, why aren't you telling me exactly how to write this essay? Because writing is about thinking. So that's what we want to focus on. We're going to think about writing as thinking, writing as a tool for learning. And I'll give you one very simple example. One of the writing skills that we may not think about being writing, but one of the things that we do as good communicators is we summarize. Summary is a tool that we can use, writing to learn, and we can use it many different ways. Summarizing is an activity you could use in probably any class to help the people that you're working with. So that's just an example. I don't want you to just think of writing as we're going to be writing essays and how do you make an essay writing assignment. Unfortunately, a lot of the experience that you may have had with writing may have been limited in some ways, and hopefully in this class you will find more tools, more ways to think about writing. So it's not just about, like I said, the experience you may have had in the English class writing essays. We want you to think about this class as giving you tools and ideas for how can you teach writing in the area at the level that you want to teach. The second thing is to help you as a writer, just to progress as a writer and to learn some tools about writing for your own writing that will help you, because the more you know about writing and the more you practice writing, the more it will make sense to you to as you work with writers. I apologize if you hear barking in the background. My children have decided to act up. So anyway, those were the main two things. Now, I put this document together. This is our schedule that we will follow, but you notice that I've called it the Learning Journey Outline. This comes from competency-based education is the format that this is in. There are lots of different formats that you can set up, classes or learning. But this is a recent one that I went through some training on. So this is why we're doing the Learning Journey Outline. But you can start here and then we'll go through the different modules. So you can look at the competencies. And this is you, the student, at the end, you should be able to say, I can do this. Under written communication, critical thinking, I can do this. Teaching writing, this is our main focus. I can apply contemporary theories of writing and literature. Pedagogy. Now, anybody know what pedagogy is? Raise your hand if you know. Pedagogy is just a fancy word for saying the science of teaching. Now, one of the things we're going to focus a lot in this class, though, are the terms that you use, the vocabulary that you use. For example, when you get feedback on writing that you've done, there's several different terms people use with feedback. Some say feedback, some say response. Some say, students will have a tendency to say, tell me how to fix my paper. And but it's not about fixing, it's that idea of writing as thinking. So one of the things we'll talk a lot about are the terms, the vocabulary that you use. So pedagogy is one of those examples of the kind of word you want to use. Because we will focus on the TEKS, and we will focus on the Texas exam. All of you will need to take some form of the Texas exam to become certified in the traditional way if you're going that route. Those of you that will want to teach and be certified in English, you will take the specific English test. Not all of you will do that, but some of the examples we look at will be focused on, literature. There'll be some literature questions, and then there'll be some general writing questions. But all of this is helpful to you in terms of preparing for those tests as well as practicing your writing. I believe we can practice our writing with just about any topic or any kind of writing. It's not the most exciting writing in the world, but that's one of the main focuses of this course, is to help you prepare for not only the testing that you may have to do, but when you go to try to get a job, whether you're going to teach or whether you're going to go and, do some other kind of employment. Knowing these things will help you, and you want to be able to talk about writing and how to use writing as a tool and how to use writing as thinking and how to help writers to find strategies they can use to be better writers. Okay, let's see. Now when you go down here, you'll see the modules. So here's module 1. Lesson 1's pretty simple. I'll put the video link in here as soon as I finish it. Look at the learning journey outline. We're looking at that. And then you will post in the discussion forum. So let me go to, let me go to that real quick. I have to turn this off every time. Blackboard can be a pain. Okay, discussion forum. Now we'll use the discussion forum a lot. So when you get here, you will see post for module 1, lesson 1. So you click on that. And this is where you would create a thread and you would post what I've asked you to post for module 1, lesson 1. Now I wanted to say a couple of things about posting and contacting me with questions. Whenever you create a post for a thread for module 1, module 1, lesson 1, don't feel like when you go in here that you can only just post the assignment. You can post in here many times. This is actually where it's called discussion. So think of this as if we're in class. We're in class on Tuesday and we're working on lesson 1. So when you read the instructions for lesson 1, if you have questions, go ahead and post those questions. Then when you do the assignment, go ahead and post the assignment. You will be able to see what other people post. You can look at what other people post to give you ideas. I mean, of course, you're not going to copy or do any of that. I know none of you will do that. After you post, if I give you feedback, you can even go in there and redo the work that you posted if you didn't get all the points. But you can post many times. Now, if you send me an email, it will take me a lot longer. And usually what I'll say is post in the discussion forum because technically sending me an email would be like if we had class and you came to my office to ask me questions and you never asked me any questions in class. It's just one of those things about the online learning environment that we haven't gotten used to, and we're not sure how to navigate that, which I understand. But just get used to posting questions here, and then I will go in there because I will check these on a regular basis. Things get lost in my email, and it can take me a while to, get to all of those to respond. So anyway, and I'll talk more about that. So I'm going to stop there. Hopefully that's enough to get you started. And please ask questions as we go along. It will be challenging. There will be a lot of new things to think about, but a lot of what we do, we will practice. And like I said, if you do something you feel like you need to work on it again, that's exactly how I believe writing should be. sometimes you'll need to practice something and work on it more than once or twice, and then another time you may get it the first time and not need to do anymore. And it will vary by, each one of you will have a different experience with that. So anyway, that's just a lot to kind of throw at you at the beginning, just to kind of give you some ideas to get started. But please ask questions, and I will continue to go over things and repeat things as needed, and take a look and get started and keep warm.